So hopefully you can think about your client load and those that you're working with that come present to you with substance use issues. And you think through those people that you're working with. It may be that they present with anger management problems. It may be they present with other mental health problems. But then you begin to see a pattern of understanding that this is not just the problem itself. It comes from a different source that we have to find that is in a completely different location in their mind and in their trajectory of their development. Let's say that, Bill comes in, my clients, the ones I share stories about are always Bill or Bob or Linda or Mary. And so, they're a composite of different people. But let's say that Bill comes in to see you. He's in the waiting room or in your receptionist area, and he's just sobbing. He's crying and crying. And so you bring him in and you talk to Bill. And Bill says, I was using and I did this and that, and I can't take back what I did. I feel so terrible about it. And my life is horrible. I don't know what to do. I never feel like anyone cares about me. And he just goes through a long laundry list of painful emotions and statements. And he has maybe 5 to 7 of those that he just is able to rattle off in just a moment's notice. You're taking your notes quickly. You're taking notes furiously. And you're listening carefully for these cues that Bill presents. Well, then eventually you find that Bill was seriously abused and neglected by his mother in his childhood. She didn't want him. Maybe he finds out that he overhears one day that she said to a family member or someone that, I never really wanted to have another child. He gets to the source belief that I was never wanted. I was never really cared for. My mother didn't want to have me. Now, we may find that that is true or it's a half truth, but for him, it's everything because his belief system says, I don't belong on the planet. I'm not loved. I was never wanted. I was never even cared for or wanted from birth. This creates a severe, serious personal dilemma for him. Obviously, when he uses whatever using is for him, it works. When he drinks, it numbs that pain. Or when he uses opioids, it numbs that pain. Whatever he chooses as his drug of choice, it dumbs down and numbs that pain that I don't belong on the planet. I'm not loved. I wasn't cared for. Unless we dismantle that original belief system and help him work through that and reframe that belief system, that cognitive distortion. Now, it is a truth in the sense that he overheard his mother say that he was not wanted. And we help him rebuild from that falsehood, that what was said as a truth, help him rebuild on things when he saw that his mother did care for him and that she did try to do her best, even when that was that original belief. Let's look at it in an empty chart and see how this works. So this is what I call linking. You'll find that many of your clients, many of those who you're working with, are linking numerous relationships, numerous situations, so that when they get to the current issue at hand, it's just insurmountable. It is so large, it's so big. And so they come to you with these complex issues, with this overpowering and overbearing problems, and yet they really have been developed over a long period of time. And so when we see, for example, in our chart, the client comes in and you fill out in this first bubble, in the first circle, what their presenting problem is. So Linda comes in to see you and she says, no one really cares about me. No one loves me. I wish I had someone that really loved me. Now, it might be that Linda has gone here and here and here and here to each of these links, trying to find someone to love or trying to find someone who will love her. So we simply ask Linda, when have you felt before that you were not loved? Now, she may have 20 links. She may have 20 bubbles in her chain. But she says, my first boyfriend broke up with me. My last husband cheated on me. And every relationship that she's had takes her to the same belief system of saying, no one really loves me. I need someone to love. There's the attachment problem. So similar experiences lead a person to develop a distorted view of life. What we want to help Linda do is find exceptions to that rule, to find exceptions to that belief system, so that she can build on those and say, I can find someone that loves me. I can be loved. I can love other people and it not end up in the same tragedies over and over. This is why we find Linda, for example, marrying 2 or 3 different men who all mistreat her. Now, to us as counselors, as therapists, we may say it seems bizarre that she would keep repeating the same behavior over and over again, and yet to her it makes perfect sense. And that's because the underlying linkage, the underlying link between each of her life's events and bubbles are all saying, I'm trying to find someone who will affirm me, confirm me, and love me. And what I would say to Linda simply is this: Linda, no one's going to do that. There's no one in your life who's going to love you to the degree that you will finally feel like you're a human being, that you're okay, that your life is okay. That it doesn't work that way. You're going to have to find meaning in yourself, for yourself, by yourself. And then when you find someone else who has meaning in themselves, for themselves, and by themselves, now you'll have the opportunity to link and bond with 2 whole people rather than 2 half people that cannot fill each other's cup. Now, I hope that makes sense to you. And if we have a chat box or if you have questions about that, feel free to raise your hand and we can address those and work through those. So the conclusion that we look at in this system is similar experiences lead the person to develop a distorted view of life. As they might say in old days, all roads lead to Rome. And so when this client presents, they have multiple channels, multiple lanes that have led them back to the origin. I'm not loved. No one cares for me. No one matters. I don't matter to anyone. Now, you can try to talk over that all you want. You can try to, say to Linda or to Bill, oh, people love you. You're a likable person. Oh, you're okay. They won't hear it. It will simply go right over their head, pass right through them until they come to a realization that there is something within them that deserves to be loved, until they come to the understanding that, they should be acceptable in themselves and by themselves.